What's up, guys? This is Toxcrow Gaming back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the newest patch of BFBB Rehydrated. So, as you can't see it in the top corner up here. Let me see if this is because my window capture is slightly off. No. So you can't see it, but it says REV, so I'm guessing that's like version 604909. This is the newest version. I just updated the game, and yeah, we got some pretty amazing patches and amazing things that they fixed. So let's go on ahead and get started. I'm just gonna go into my 100 spatula profile to show you these things. There's no visual stuff. It's all gameplay wise, no visuals. So first things first, I have 100 spatulas, just used all that. So what happens now if we try and go into like Poseidon? So let's like go to Poseidon, and you could see now we actually get to refight Robo Sandy. So I'm just gonna go through it again for you. And then once we beat it, I'm gonna go back and show you that you can now refight a boss. This is arguably the biggest change. They added quite a few things in this patch that really enhanced the game. And pretty much, a lot of this was just like they knew the game was not polished when they released it, and they fixed everything about it. That's essentially what this is. Like, the company knew that the game was unpolished when they released it. So, these are a bunch of things that we've all been complaining about that we would have liked to see upon release. But the company didn't deliver like that, so. Oh. But yeah, I'm gonna show this fight off. If you want to see any of the bigger changes, then they're coming up. There's a bunch of different changes. So this is not only for Robo Patrick or Robo Sandy. It's also for Robo Patrick and Robo Sponge, which I'm not gonna play both those fights. I'm just gonna show you that are all fightable again, and stuff happens. I feel like that animation could be cleaned up a bit still, but nonetheless, you can fight them again. So that weird bug where you could not get the 100% completion thing because you just, yeah, where you couldn't fight the boss again, you now can. So don't worry if you completed the boss before you 100% the game. That's completely normal thing to do, and yeah. Honestly, like, this is the patch we've been waiting for. Not too surprised that they came out with this patch, but extremely happy and extremely pleased with the fact that they care about things that we wanted. Because they could have just released this game and then everyone would have thought it was okay and they would have just been like, alright. But the developers actually care. They actually show that they want to improve their game. So there you go. You have Robo Sandy. Just to show you, we also have Robo Patrick. So I'm going to go into that fight real quick and I'm going to show you. Robo Pat. And then you have Robo Sponge. I don't know if it's just part 1 or if it's part 1 and part 2. But you could see like now we can fight Robo Sponge. And I'm gonna go into part 2. Okay, so you can see like all the duplicatortrons. So, oddly enough, part 2 can't be replayed. It's already all destroyed and you can already go everywhere. But part 1, and I believe if you beat part 1 again, then it should be like that. I don't know, and I don't really want to test that, but yeah. I mean, I guess we should. I'm gonna test it just for proof of concept. Skip about another minute if you don't want to see me fight RoboSponge and fail. So, here's RoboSponge. It's a fairly straightforward fight. We're just gonna get him. So yeah, like I said, like very excited for this patch and very excited for everyone who had difficulties playing this game because you couldn't do something after the fact. They essentially patched all this. I have a lot of underwear because like this is my first profile that I created where I 100%. Just by the way. Because, yeah, rather than reading all the patch notes, like, I could have just easily made a video where I read the patch notes and such. But, I want to show you guys in action so you know this is actually what it's like. So you don't have to experience it for yourself, more or less. So let's just check if this part of the fight is good. I mean, you can already tell things are looking good for this game. Now, to tell you whether or not I think that another big patch like this will come out, that's still to be decided. We don't know what their plans are, and if there's a lot of things they can fix, if they're going to do it again. Because honestly, like a bunch of the major things that we noticed were all fixed, and now it's just about the pop-ins of the graphics, I feel. But all the other major bugs that were like casual gameplay breaking, I don't know if there is any because of course I'm not like a bug hunter or anything, but I do know a lot, so let's check this out. So if you were playing this game and you were just playing it to have fun, good for you. There's a lot of things that'll make the experience probably better just because you'll be able to do more at different times. Come on. So, here we go. They actually made this boss easier, believe it or not. Like, they used to not have the blinking platforms when he was going to do things, and his animations were a lot faster on the karate thing and on the other part. It's actually a lot faster. I'm gonna come way over here just to... Okay, he did the right thing. So this is just to check. I don't know if... Doesn't look like it. Oh wait. That's really cool. So if you enter part 2 of the fight after being RoboSponge and you don't do part 1 first, then there's nothing. So you can see like we already completed the game and I showed you. Now it's different and we actually can defeat the part again, which this honestly was one of my favorite parts of the game, was just coming into this really big world and doing this. Although, what is that jump? Or am I supposed to go on platforms? Yeah, I just realized. Or did it take me to the wrong place, or what happened? Okay, this fight just is either really bugged or I'm supposed to be using the cruise bubble. A bit more than I have been. I'm gonna go with using the cruise bubble a bit more than I have been, but No? Okay, maybe I have to defeat him. Sorry, I don't remember doing this. I remember being able to like jump to the things without doing anything, so. But extremely good for anyone who had these issues, and I feel good for the community as a whole because our casual players are going to grow and they're going to see that this company actually wanted to fix things that they got wrong the first time. Wait, it's you. I forgot how to destroy that. So we're just gonna have to see how good that this game turns out and what the reception of all this is, because in the end, like, this all should have technically just already been fixed before the fact. Like, we shouldn't have to be getting a patch like this. This all should have been before the fact. Could do that, by the way. I don't know if anyone knew about that. Okay. This is actually more difficult than I remember. Or I'm just being really bad. I think it's a bit of both. Yeah, I think it's just a bit of both. This is when you actually have to like bowl the shot. Interesting. Okay, we're at the final part. The valves are open. It's a good day. Okay, now let's shoot it in. Hopefully I don't die here. But I really like this, and I think that this is a much needed, much appreciated thing that the company did, and I died. But yeah, there's your rundown of that. Next thing, crab spatulas. The biggest issue with crabs in this game was that it took, I believe it was 104,000. I don't know, it's been such a long time. But if you go and you look at the prices, look at how much these cost now. I think overall it was about 38k. It was 38 to 40k, and that's as much as it was in the original game. So that's a much needed change. For anyone who was worried about completing 100% but didn't want to grind, well, good for you. Next. What was next on our big list? Oh yeah. The movie theater. A lot of people were kind of disappointed because the movie theater had these 10 screenshots from the game that THQ Nordic released before the game released on their website, and they just got lazy with it. Well, it's a lot different than that. So I'm just going to quickly go in here and I'm going to show you the new movie theater. Go through these at like every 5 seconds, 10 seconds. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Much bigger changes. And you can check this out if you need more time to look at the pictures in your own game. You can pause the video, you know, so. But much needed changes, much liked. The movie theater actually has a purpose, because it was just literally like images of the game for 40,000 shinies. But could drip all over the place? Why would they want Slick to drip all over the place? And a lot of these concepts, it's really interesting to look at them because you can look at how much that they wanted to change some of these robots, but how they wanted to stay to the original look and the original feel of them, and so they didn't do too much. There's a lot of images, by the way. But it's cool to see concept art. I mean, it's also nice to see that they kept towards the original, and they kept a lot of the stuff that the original game had. So let's keep going. We have our Robo Sponge. We're looking at what the original looked like. This one looks kind of creepy, to be fair, but Kelp Forest and the Kelp Vine slide, it looks like, for part of it. This is Jellyfish Caves, which a lot more vibrant. I like these colors more, to be honest. Again, like, it just looks like it glows and like it's a magical place, and I feel like that would have added to the overall feel. Also kind of went away from what they originally planned for this area, but I really enjoy this and I like it. Here's Arf. I mean, this is arguably the most changed robot from the original game. Here's the Bizzbot and the Zapper stuff and Chucks and the flying cows and such. The non-creepy SpongeBob, whatever. The bus stops, I mean, I like the bus stops from the original more, but looks like they experimented quite a bit with a bunch of different signage. Just a picture of Robo Sandy, I don't know what's up with that, but King Jellyfish. The ending was kind of disappointing, but like the beginning and up to this point has been really good. Flying Dutchman, I mean, this is literally just all the smaller bosses that aren't the Robo Sponge boss. Here's Prawn. I mean, he looks pretty nice. I mean, not a lot, but Robo Patrick. He does look a bit different, I think, in the final version. I don't know if this was like concept or if this was like the real final stuff, but this is the industrial park concept. You can see like it's all waste around the area, and they have a bunch of like barrels and such. The platforms for the tikis in that tiki roundup part in Kelp Forest. And yeah, that was 3 minutes of pictures. That was like 20 pictures. Like, you could actually take a long time and look at that. Okay. And then there were a bunch of different smaller things as well. There's a bunch of smaller bug fixes that I can't really show. They fix corrupted save files, but another big thing is that now it's not just rock bottom music and multiplayer, and it cycles randomly. So you're not going to constantly have like that dark and mysterious feel in a multiplayer game that's all bright and stuff. You're going to actually be able to have a good time in multiplayer kind of with the music. It's the same experience with like gameplay, but not the music, so it's the biggest difference. I'm gonna try and show this, because this was something that was really annoying. I believe they also fixed the bug in Kelp Forest, where I don't know what the bug was, but I know they fixed the bug in Kelp Forest. They fixed the bug with the Murmur security system and not being able to shut it down. Like, there were a few things that just you can experience for yourself, or that if you've experienced them, you'll know what I'm talking about. So overall, like, this game has gone from, I'm gonna give a letter and a number. Like, the letter I would say is a B to B plus, maybe an A minus, which is like a 7.5 or 8. Or no, 7 to 8. And then now it's at like a 7.5 to 8.5, like the A minus range, for sure. So here we are. this is one of the biggest things that really annoyed some people. You could see, like, we can actually jump off these now. But that's not the one that they were talking about. There's like a teeter-totter that everyone was having troubles with. And they fixed it apparently. I want to go and see what happened, because most of these things that I'm showing you, it's actually the first time that I'm showing all of this to myself. So I'm just looking at this and I'm like, whoa, amazing. I mean, so there's some other like minor things that I think they could fix that other people might not be the same about, but okay. Well, oh, I know what they did now. Okay, that's annoying. They made the teeter-totters go super slow, so that whenever you jumped, it wouldn't follow you. So essentially just, they balanced it. I mean, that's a bit slow for what I would think, but good change overall. And yeah, this was the patch that they had. An overall amazing patch. Excited to see what they will not change, but like fix in the future. And yeah, if you like this patch, then give it a like. If not, whatever. Comment below what you think your favorite part of everything they fixed in the patches. Every single thing I show off could go anyway, because a lot of people had a lot of issues with these things. The crab spats being too expensive because they weren't the grind type. The bosses because they wanted to see that 100% cutscene without fighting the boss at 100%, or maybe you didn't know that there was one until after you beat the boss and you had to play the game again. Maybe it's the teeter-totter thing because that was really annoying. Concept art because why not? Makes the theater feel more worth it. Or maybe it's one of the smaller things. But one of the biggest things I've found out is that taxi glitch was patched. But there's still a way to do it apparently. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And yeah, if you enjoyed, bye.